Well, here I am again, and so are you. So let's get this kicked off. This Hateletter is going out to one of my least favorite skaters, and that's without a doubt Mike McGill. I mean, there was just something about him from day one that grinded my gears, and not because he's from Florida or anything like that. It's just he just seemed like the person most likely to be driving around in the '80s, listening to Foreigner in a Camaro. And there was nothing punk rock about him. There was nothing in his style that even hinted at gnarliness. I mean, he invented the 540, he invented the McTwist, but the irony of that is his looked the worst. I mean, the next worst was Tony Hawk's because, and I'm not picking on the Bones Brigade, but I mean, Tony Hawk's just spun flat. Mike McGill's flipped around and it just, like, I don't know. He was just heading to the flat. His McTwist landed in the flat bottom. A lot of them did. He wore a flyaway helmet, and that's a hate letter unto itself, believe me. But everything just seemed pre-programmed, like he went into his runs, like he wrote it down on a list. I'm going to do a tuck knee eggplant, and I'm going to do a front side invert, and I'm going to do a fakie rock and roll, and I'm going to do a hand plant thing coming back in, not even a good buddy, and everything just seemed like it was scripted from the get-go. And then Animal Chin, he's the one that's pondering something. What is he pondering? He's probably pondering, why am I with these kids? Because I think he was a little bit older, but he just looked like the guy, just pompous, just a brick kind of guy, somebody you wouldn't really want to have around. And then he comes out with he just seemed too serious, like really serious about, I'm going to be a skateboarder and I'm going to be a professional and all this kind of stuff. And after the McTwist, he comes out with the McEgg. I mean, if anything was a foray into absurdity, that was, because he does one in The Search for Animal Chin, everybody's favorite skate video. He goes up, flips, and then he slides down all the way into the flat bottom. I don't know why the Bones Brigade loves the flat bottom so much, but they do. I really think he never really, after inventing those two tricks, really could do anything, and he didn't. He seemed to abhor street skating that didn't involve flying off a jump ramp. And I wasn't like a super big fan of street skating, but I respected a lot of what they were doing. But he just seemed like somebody that, because he was on Powell, he was able to just rest on his laurels, and when the whole bottom fell out, I mean, at least Caballero tried. But that's it, man. Mike, you just really didn't have it going on, buddy.